Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sky. I am the founder of Create Your Own Reality Media. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. It's going to be a short one, or I'm going to try to keep it short today, but basically, I know last week I talked a little bit about things that I'm trying to focus on in December as, again, we wrap up this year and move into 2026. But today I'm just gonna kind of elaborate on that a little bit. I think right now for me, it's just been a lot of really realigning with my goals. So, both for myself personally, but also for the business and just where I want to go moving forward and kind of how I want to do that or what the best way to do that is. So, I think over this past year, or the second half of this past year especially, I have kind of tried to focus on, I don't want to say a couple different areas, because I know a lot of my content is really focused around personal development. Now, I have been trying to include a little bit more like art and creativity into that because that is something, again, that I am just really passionate about and I want to incorporate as well. But I think just trying to find that balance has been a little tricky. Like within the past couple weeks or so, I've been trying out a couple different like crafts and activities. So I actually tried punch needle for the first time and I made this little frame, which I think it came out pretty good. I'm actually going to kind of put together like my mantra for 2026, maybe a little vision board to print out and put in that frame so that way I can have it to look at every single day, which I think is going to be really helpful as well. But I also, in light of the holidays and just gifts and trying to put things together, I also kind of made this little card here. Let's see, yeah. So it's just really simple, Merry Christmas with a little wreath on it. But I actually made the design myself in Procreate, just kind of put the file together and used Cricut Design Space to help, of course, set up the actual sizing of it and, of course, cut out the card as well. So, as I know I've mentioned before, just as a multi-passionate, creative, and just person in general, my brain is like always trying to, I don't know, I guess like attack a million things at once. And one of the things that I have been, I guess, just coming across a lot lately, not that I didn't know this in the past, but I think it's just something that, again, I need to focus on a lot right now. So that's why I'm probably seeing it a bit more than usual, is just really trying to figure out like what I want to be known for. And honestly, in this case, more of like how I want that to happen, essentially. Because I feel like in a way, I kind of know like what it is, that I want to be known for, but just figuring out how I want that to come across, how I want to portray that, how I want to include that just in all aspects of my business. Definitely just going to be spending a lot of time just reflecting and journaling and I don't know, just making a mind map, I guess, of kind of all of the things that I'm really interested in right now that I feel like I could potentially include in my business and just start with a foundation. Really figure out what that foundation is so that way I can have a solid starting point to then be able to build off of in the future. Because I think even if we look at like all of these big companies, right? Say, I don't know, Nike or Apple, for example. Like Nike started off with shoes, right? But now they also have clothes as well. Like they don't just have one item. So I think as a small business, it's definitely important to, you know, almost start small and just have like a single idea that you're able to expand off of in the future. So I think that, again, is just something that I'm really going to be focusing in on, again, as we close out this year. So that way I have a really clear focus going into 2026, not only how to start the year, but how to really build that solid foundation to help be a little bit more distinguishable. I think another thing that I have been seeing a lot of is, again, along those same lines of like what you want to be known for, but even just with like your social feeds and kind of what if people stumble across your page, are they going to be able to know what it is that you do? Are they going to be able to kind of look at your Instagram or look at your TikTok or whatever social page that it is that you use and know what you're about? Of course, like with a personal page, it's, a lot easier to just share whatever's on your mind, just share kind of, again, your life and things like that. Where, of course, with vlogs and things like that, you can do that as well. But again, that also just depends on what kind of business you are and kind of what your values are in your business and the things that you actually want to share. So, yeah, I think that is going to be another big thing that I really need to pay attention to and really dive deeper into. Because I know that is something that I have been struggling with a lot, just in terms of social content and figuring out what to share and what the right thing to share is. Just, yeah, it's a lot. It can be a lot, especially if you're still new to the game and you're still just trying to figure out how to start and grow a business, and two, figure out how to be a content creator on top of that. In the beginning, it kind of can go hand in hand as you're trying to grow your business, grow your following, just really attract people to what it is that you're trying to do. So yeah, I think, again, I also just want to encourage you guys, again, as we come to the close of this year, it's always good to kind of do a reevaluation of just the things that, you're chasing, your goals, your values. Just really try to have like a realignment with yourself. See if the things that you're doing right now, if you're actually on track to hit those goals or those accomplishments that you're seeking. And if not, then, it's okay to pivot. I think people can kind of look at pivoting as a failure or as a bad thing, but when it comes to pivoting, I think it's just a part of life. It's a part of growth, right? I don't think anybody's ever on a perfect trail or a perfect journey from the beginning. I think they actually have to grow and make mistakes and learn from those mistakes in order to continue to keep growing. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I think, again, it's important to just take some time to reevaluate your goals, reevaluate what it is that you're going after. Just realign yourself with the journey that you're already on. So until next time, stay motivated, be inspired, and don't forget to encourage others.